The real reason Yulong can't let go of young Miemie. Yulong's heartfelt story. Sometimes, the strongest connections begin in silence. When Yulong and young Miemie first stepped onto the set of the short drama Time Lovers, no one could have predicted the emotional undercurrent that would develop between them. He was seasoned, grounded, and contemplative. She was lively, wide-eyed, and spontaneous. And yet, from their very first scene together, something beyond the script began to form, a subtle tension, a quiet closeness that felt surprisingly real. Their characters in Time Lovers were written to be star-crossed, an emotionally restrained older man, and a spirited young woman separated by time and fate. But what audiences didn't expect was how easily those fictional emotions would spill over into reality. In the beginning, both actors were unsure about working together. The age gap was obvious, and their professional styles were worlds apart. Yulong preferred precision and stillness, while young Miemie brought an almost childlike wonder to her performance. But as the days turned into weeks, and the scenes became more intense, something clicked. Off-camera, they started to exchange knowing glances, soft laughter, and mutual respect. Their professional reservations melted away, replaced by a growing admiration. Yulong once shared that working with young Miemie reminded him of why he fell in love with acting in the first place. There's one moment in Time Lovers that fans still talk about. A lingering embrace between the two leads that seemed to pause time itself. No flashy music, no dramatic lines, just silence, breath, and a gaze that spoke volumes. For viewers, it was breathtaking. For those behind the scenes, it was something else entirely. Insiders later revealed that after that scene, Yulong stayed quiet for a long time. When asked about it in interviews, he would only say, "Some moments don't need words." That embrace wasn't just part of the story. It was real emotion captured on film, raw, vulnerable, and unforgettable. Yulong has worked with countless actresses in his career, but young Miemie was different from the moment she stepped on set. It wasn't just her glowing screen presence, or the way she effortlessly embodied her roles. It was her emotional transparency. In a world where many wear masks to survive the spotlight, young Miemie seemed to wear none. She spoke with her eyes, acted with her heart, and never shied away from showing vulnerability, both on screen and in real life. To Yulong, who had long guarded his own emotions beneath a composed surface, her openness was disarming. She challenged his stillness with her energy, softened his edges with her innocence. He often watched her with a quiet smile, not out of admiration for her acting alone, but for the person she was behind the camera. It's rare in the entertainment world to find someone so sincere that they remind you of the version of yourself you'd almost forgotten. For Yulong, young Miemie became that mirror, an echo of hope, youth, and genuine human warmth. Many co-stars develop camaraderie while filming, but few carry that connection beyond the studio gates. With Yulong and young Miemie, their bond seemed to transcend the usual boundaries of a working relationship. After Time Lovers, their chemistry didn't fade with the credits, it grew. Whether it was the way Yulong quietly offered his coat during cold shoots, or how young Miemie waited behind after interviews just to walk out with him, their actions spoke louder than scripted lines ever could. Their next collaborations, including The World Treats Me Kindly and The Foolish Heiress, My Uncle Loves Me to the Bone, showed just how naturally their dynamic evolved. It was no longer just about portraying characters, it was about blending real friendship into fictional roles. The more time they spent together, the more synchronized they became, as if they could anticipate each other's rhythms without even trying. And fans noticed. Not because they were flashy, but because they were real. The type of connection they shared didn't require labels. It simply unfolded, slowly, honestly, and beautifully, like a love letter never needing to be read aloud. Off-camera, their story becomes even more compelling. In an age where celebrity friendships often feel curated for headlines, the relationship between Yulong and young Miemie remains refreshingly genuine. Sources close to them describe their connection as constant, but quiet, a friendship not defined by how often they appear together publicly, but by how consistently they show up for each other in private. Yulong, known for his measured public presence, often praises young Miemie's new projects from afar, while she shares nostalgic stories from their past shoots in interviews with a fondness that lights up her face. They send each other support messages before premieres, check in during holidays, and celebrate life's milestones like family. It's this subtle, lasting support that fans find so moving. Because in a world where everything changes so fast, their connection feels like something rare, unchanged, unshakable, and deeply rooted. It's no longer just about being co-stars. It's about being co-survivors in an industry that rarely offers second chances at real connection. The internet has had a field day speculating about their relationship. From slowed-down video analyses to body language breakdowns, fans have examined every interaction with the care of forensic scientists. Did you see how he looked at her? That wasn't acting, look at their hands. On platforms like Weibo and TikTok, clips of their behind-the-scenes moments rack up millions of views. Comments are filled with hope. Please just date already, one fan wrote. They are meant for each other, another claimed. It's not just wishful thinking, it's an emotional investment in a connection that feels genuine. In today's world of fast fame and fleeting headlines, the connection between Yulong and young Miemie offers something rare, slow, honest affection. Their bond didn't happen overnight. It grew from shared glances, mutual respect, and a deep emotional understanding. Audiences are drawn to them not just because they look good together, but because they feel real. Their story reminds us that sometimes, the most beautiful love stories are the quiet ones, told not through declarations, but through presence. This video commentary is a transformative exploration of public performances, behind-the-scenes footage, and fan culture. By offering a new interpretation, original analysis, and fresh storytelling, it complies with YouTube's fair use policy. It doesn't simply repeat, or repackage, it reframes and reinterprets a public narrative to deliver emotional and cultural insight. Both Yulong and young Miemie have moved forward in their careers. He's taking on more emotionally nuanced roles, while she continues to light up every screen she graces. They don't always appear side by side anymore, but when they do, the warmth is still there. Sometimes, you don't need constant contact to remain connected. Sometimes, real connection transcends time, distance, and expectation. In the end, Yulong's affection for young Miemie is more than a celebrity crush. It's a story of quiet companionship, emotional healing, and mutual growth. And for us, the audience, it's a reminder that not all great love stories need an ending. Some just need to be felt. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, even just a little, don't forget to like this video. Leave a comment below. Do you believe their bond is real? And most importantly, subscribe to our channel Fresh Angle 24H for more deep dives into the human side of fame. Fresh Angle 24H, where real emotions meet real stories.